Okay, hey, I'm Wes. Welcome back to this old house. Today we have a little bit different challenge than normal. I've designed a lot of different bathrooms. I can't tell you how many house bathrooms we've created and designed for a number of different houses, but today we've got a client who has just purchased a warehouse and he's going to turn it into a skilled nursing facility. He's going to house the elderly. And our challenge is to design a bathroom that is going to be functional for all of his clients. And he told me he's going to have elderly who may have low vision, they may be living with dementia or Alzheimer's, some might be wheelchair bound or stroke victims. And it's really important to design a bathroom that is, first of all, functional for all, meaning they can all have use of it. If they're in a wheelchair, they can get in and they can use it, as well as safe for everyone in there. So that's the challenge, and this is a little bit unique and different for us. So what I'm doing, we're on our way to Chattahoochee Technical College, and we're going to meet with the occupational therapy assistant students to get their expertise on bathroom modification. And so we're on our way, and we'll be there soon. Okay, so we're here. We're going to go in. We're going to meet with the occupational therapy assistant students. We're going to find out and learn about their expertise and get started on this bathroom modification. And let's get going.
You must be Wes.
Yes, Stephanie, right?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today. I explained to you the project I'm working on. The first thing I would like to do is maybe explain why we're starting with occupational therapy on a project like bathroom modification.
All right, well, you know you are in exactly the right place because we as occupational therapy practitioners are uniquely educated to help people with disabilities function as independently and safely as possible in the environments in which they live. So in this case, we're going to focus on the bathrooms. Let's go over to our bathroom and I can show you what we can do.
Perfect, sounds great.
All right, well here we are at the bathroom, but before you can even get in the bathroom, we have to be able to maneuver the doorway. So I'm going to pass you off to Vanessa and she's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Great.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. Nice
Hey,
to meet
Vanessa
you.
West.
Nice to meet you. Now, Wes, most doorways you deal with are probably approximately about 28 inches, yes?
Yes.
Okay, that unfortunately will not fit a wheelchair. What you are actually looking for a wheelchair is 32 inches, but ideally, for full rotation of a wheelchair, so it can spin around and go where it needs to, you would look at 36 inches to make the doorway 36 inches.
Okay, so before we can even get into the bathroom to do a modification,
Right.
the door frame is the first obstacle.
First obstacle, and I would recommend 36 inches.
Okay,
Now that we're there, let's go on into the bathroom.
sounds good.
So here we are at the tub, and here are some suggestions for safety and mobility. First of all, this tub bench. The tub bench for those who cannot get into the tub makes it easier. Also, for those who can't stand for a very long time, they can sit down. And along with this, one of the handheld shower features, so you can wash yourself everywhere. Also remember the mat on the floor. It shouldn't be one of these kind of mats where you can slip on it. Get a mat that has a rubber backing to it so that it will stay put. Safety is number one. In the tub, always have a rubber mat as well. If you have glass doors, remove the glass doors and put shower curtain. That way your tub bench will be able to fit into the tub and you will be able to get your legs over if you have to, and also for safety reasons. Along with this, you will want grab bars. You can have a grab bar coming here, one here, or here, wherever is more natural for you to be grabbing on. And do not get the ones with the suction cups, although they sell those. make sure they're all put into studs and never, ever, ever use your towel bar. Although you could use those for a towel bar. Some items of convenience would be bottles, plastic, with pumps. Makes it easy. For washing up, you could use some scrunchie like this for your back. If you can't do that maneuver, maybe a long-handled scrubber. Other little features, suction cups to hold various items, and these little plastic containers that also have suction cups, maybe to hold soap, something like that. Now, we're going to talk about the sink, and I will introduce Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, and I'm going to talk about sink modifications today. One thing you want to consider when you're building a sink is to have a wall-mounted sink. We want to think about accessibility for the wheelchair. So we want to do a wall-mounted or pedestal sink. We also want to have the lever-style faucets to make it easier to open and close. For a mirror, for someone in a wheelchair, we want to have a lower mounted mirror or a mirror that comes out. For products, we want to have the pump style lotion and soap. Toothpaste, we want to have a flip open and close to make it easier to open versus the screw-on tops. And these are some products that are make it easier for someone who's not able to have full range of motion to reach. And now we're going to have Mary come and talk about the toilet.
Hi, I'm Mary, and I'm going to talk to you today about the toilet. As you can see, we have a standard toilet that you'd find in any typical home, but we've put an elevated toilet seat above the existing toilet. This is used for people who have weakness in lower extremities, or if they have hip precautions, if they've had a recent hip replacement. This would be ideal for them to use. It comes in two different varieties. We have the kind that have the handrails on it, which is wonderful for people who have weakness in their upper extremities, so that it gives them some stabilization to lift up from the toilet. This particular model I like because if someone is transferring from a wheelchair to the toilet, all you have to do is push in and the arm retracts down. It allows the wheelchair to come alongside the toilet, and then the person with really good independence can utilize the grasp rail on the opposite side and do a slide transfer over to the toilet. So increasing their independence in the bathroom area. Another thing that most people probably don't really think about is where the toilet paper is located. Well, if you have restrictions in your range of motion, you want to make sure that the toilet paper is somewhere very accessible. Now, it typically is about 8 inches from the toilet, but they do have weighted stands that you can loop the toilet paper on, and the person could put it anywhere where they have the range of motion to grasp. So those are very nice to have as well. Most toilets, and I don't know if you can see this, but we don't have a standard flusher on this toilet. We have a push button flusher, which is really nice. It doesn't take as much strength, and so that would be something else that if people have upper extremity weakness, it's much easier to use a push button flusher rather than a typical lever flusher. So that's really the toilet area of the bathroom is pretty straightforward, pretty basic, but just these simple things would allow increased function and independence within the bathroom.
All right, so it sounds like we really covered everything in the bathroom. Is there anything else?
There is a few other points I'd like to hit on. One, the first most important is you want to make sure the bathroom is decluttered. You don't want bath mats lying around, shampoo bottles, things like that. Second, in a lot of often overlooked area, is lighting. Make sure there's adequate lighting above the sink, above the bath, above the shower. Third is storage mobility. Simple things that like this really help because you can bring this over to the tub. You can bring it closer to the sink, those kind of things. And last is probably also not thought of is piping. These pipes are hot, so you want to make sure they're insulated. You want to make sure that people are able to tell the difference between the water. So there are modifications you can make where the water will turn red for hot and blue for cold. And those are just a few other simple ideas you want to keep in mind.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
It was so nice meeting you, Wes.
It was nice
Good
meeting you
luck.
guys.
If you have
You guys
any
are
questions, please feel free to let us know.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're leaving Chattahoochee Technical College. We just spoke with the occupational therapy assistant students. I feel like this was the perfect place to start our assessment and our groundwork, our foundation of this project. It's going to be a senior project, a senior community with varying different abilities, different places in their life spectrum. Some might be living after a stroke, some might have low vision, some might be in a wheelchair. This was the perfect place to start. I feel like we have a great foundation in where to go with safety, mobility, and function for independence with everyone in this community. And I feel like we're ready to go. So come on and we'll continue on. Let's go to Home Depot.